Hey guys, so today I'm back with my June reading wrap up. I actually had a bit of a mind blank with this and couldn't remember like where May cut off and June start. Like June feels so long ago because I'm filming this on like the 10th of July that yeah, I couldn't remember which I read in which month, but I've worked it out. Right, this is my stack of books that I read. I'm just trying to work out where to put these because I've kind of like switched up my setup today. So first up is A Storm of Swords Part 2 by George R.R. Martin. This is the fourth book or fourth volume, but the third book. Basically book 3 is split into 2 books because it's so long. It would be over 1200 pages altogether, so it's split into 2 that are just over 600 pages each. And this is where things get really dramatic. It's where the red wedding happens. It's where the purple wedding happens. This one is, yeah, it's really exciting. It was very intense and I feel like I've had to have a bit of a break from the series afterwards. I gave it 5 stars. I really liked the way that things were built up in the first book for this. I felt that some characters that had kind of been like edging into the background really came into their own here. Characters like Daenerys and Catelyn Stark, even Sansa a bit sort of like gained a bit of backbone. So yeah, 5 stars for this, really enjoyed it. It was very long, but I had a week off at the beginning of June and did so much reading. Next is The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. I love Sherlock Holmes books. I gave this 4 stars just because there wasn't anything like super exciting like that would grab me, and I kind of, yeah, I really enjoy the Sherlock Holmes novels. They're by Arthur Conan Doyle. I can't remember what I've read before. There's so many like collections of Sherlock Holmes novels, but I always thought that Sherlock Holmes, the books would be like a long novel, but actually all of the books are filled with short stories. They're like little short crimes and murder scenes or robberies that Sherlock is basically working out, and this has got the last mystery, shall we call it. It's got Moriarty in as well, so if you're a fan of the TV show, like, I'm not a massive fan but I do like them. And yeah, it was really cool just to see kind of like Moriarty come out because I didn't realise that he was actually in the books. I wasn't sure if he was something that was created later on because the book that I read before, none of the short stories involved him. So yeah, loved this. It had Sherlock's brother in. I love the cover. I kind of wish I'd read it in like October. But yeah, these are just such a comforting read for me. These are what I love reading, the Sherlock Holmes novels, when I'm feeling really overwhelmed, just because it's nice short stories that I can dip in and out of. You can read a chapter and it's a whole story and it's only 15 pages long or 20 pages or 30 pages, and when I'm feeling really stressed, it's nice to dip in and out of a book like that where the threads of plot don't continue the whole way through and you're not having to try and really focus. So if you're stressed and you want like a comforting read, I would really recommend this. This is why I love it. But yeah, I think I gave it 4 stars just because it's not like gripping, it's just quite like nice. Yeah, would have had to be gripping to be 5 stars, but then it wouldn't be comforting, so I don't really know what I want, it seems. Next is Attachments by Rainbow Rowell, and I honestly can't remember if I've given this 1 or 2 stars, but it's either or. Basically, I really didn't like the entire premise of the novel. I didn't like, basically, the kind of plot surrounds 2 women that work in an office and they're exchanging emails, and there's a security, like an IT security guy who is responsible for looking at emails that have been flagged by their security system to say that people are talking about something that isn't work or isn't safe for work, and he's meant to send the people that have sent the email an email to say, oh sorry, I thought there was a bug in here, to say, you know, chill out, make sure you're talking about work, and that's it. He should then, if they keep doing it, like raise it to his superior. But basically he finds himself kind of like drawn to one of these women, and he reads all of their emails and then kind of like uses it to convince himself that he's in love with one of them, and uses that kind of privileged information to work out who she is, because he doesn't know, because he's just an IT guy, he doesn't work anywhere near these women in this massive office. There's language that is very outdated in this, even though it's not that old. I think it was published in, let's have a look, 2011, and there are some things that I wonder why the editor didn't ask to remove, because that isn't that long ago. It's a young adult novel, and I hate the idea that they're spreading this kind of like, the author is spreading this idea that it's okay to kind of like snoop on somebody's personal information, and the only thing that really went wrong was that somebody found him out, and it kind of all worked out in the end anyway, and it's just not an okay thing. Like, you can't do that. You can't use the language that's used in this. It was very fatphobic, I felt. Yeah, I just really didn't like it. The only thing that was quite good was the actual like style of writing, and that's why I think I might have given it 2 stars. And then on to another disappointing book. June was not a good month for reading for me. So it's The Rise and Fall of Becky Sharp by Sarah Manning. I'm usually a big chick lit fan, but this just didn't do anything for me. I've given it 1 star. I thought the writing style wasn't very good. It's basically a modern retelling of Vanity Fair, and I haven't read Vanity Fair. I haven't ever looked into it, so I don't know the plot. So I don't know if that's why I didn't like it as much. I might have liked it if I was looking at it through the lens of it being like Vanity Fair, but yeah, because I haven't read it, I don't know. But basically, Becky Sharp, she starts off as the runner-up to Big Brother, and you kind of very quickly find out that she's not a very nice person. She does whatever she can and uses people to get what she wants. And so it kind of means that every time something goes wrong for Becky, which is where the book is meant to be at its most dramatic, where it has the dramatic volta where something goes wrong and the whole plot shifts, you don't feel bad for her, and I think it loses a lot of its drama because you don't care, because she's not a likeable character. You don't care that things are going wrong for her. She kind of deserves it. I just couldn't really get on board. I didn't find any of the characters likeable, and yeah, as I said, I just wanted to finish it. I just desperately wanted to get through so I didn't have to read it anymore, which is obviously not what you want. So yeah, that's my reading wrap up. I really hope you enjoyed this. I know I've been really bad at putting videos up, and I've got honestly so many weekly vlogs filmed and a couple of bookish videos. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again soon.